Hello everyone, welcome back to Feed the Beast. It is I, Zerul, your conductor for today's impending train recommend episode. Coming to you today on my new microphone. I hope I sound okay. I have done a little bit of recording. I was working on some stuff with some bees, and then I proceeded to basically scrap it. Because you know what, I realized bees, especially if you're not entirely certain exactly what you're doing, it is a little bit boring. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly go over a few things that I've been dealing with, and then we're going to jump into some things with some power generation. Quick aside, there we go. The Direwolf 20 pack has updated to the newest version of a number of things there, and added such things as the new Ender tank and the new version of Xycraft, which is what we're going to be using today there. But I ran across a couple problems when I was in the middle of doing the upgrade there. So, for everyone's knowledge there, when you install these extra add-ons on top of this, if you went from a previous version of Xycraft to a new version, and you have some of the old Xycraft aluminum cans in your storage unit, you are going to have to take them out. If they are left in there and you open up an access terminal, it will crash the game. Now, what I had to do to remove this is I had to go through, pull the drives out one at a time, and put them in my ME storage chest. From there, which I don't have mine connected to the network. I don't know if it would crash if it was connected to the network. I didn't try that, but mine is not connected to the rest of the network. And once I pulled it out, I saw they showed up as unnamed. When I removed them from the inventory, they'd vanished. The recipe now crafts standard forestry cans. So get rid of the old aluminum cans from your things. It will crash your game. Doesn't corrupt anything that I can tell, but it does crash the game. Also, if you run across an item conflict again, I mentioned this at least in text on previously there. The item conflict that I've solved previously was a conflict with the Steve Cart's IDs. If you go in your configuration directory, remove the applied energetics and the Steve Cart's configurations. When you restart Minecraft, Forge should automatically go through and reassign and rebuild the configuration files, assigning fresh block IDs and avoiding any kind of conflicts. Keep in mind that when you do this, keep in mind that when you do this, if you want to change things, for instance, the default is to have this auto source here. If you set that to false so that's easier to use NEI here, then let's see here, there we go. Then at that point you have to go back in and edit the configuration afterwards. So my friendly tip of the day, just keep in consideration, because otherwise you'll run across problems. I'll probably spend about 30 minutes tracking down exactly what was causing this there. So, where to start? Okay, so let's go and start with bees. So I went ahead and started off with the original building here for, bee production, my Explorer Corp bee production facility here. And I realized after setting a whole bunch of stuff up that I live in a swamp. Or in this case, savanna. Savanna is not very hospitable to most types of bees. So I did set up a few bee lines here. In this case, I've got some modest lines going there. You notice these are not analyzed. At the moment, I'm just breeding up a bunch of pure drones for the time being there, which is perfectly fine. Here we go. I'll come back to that later. And I do have three things here. So I've got my crafting terminal, I've got my centrifuge, my squeezer, my carpenter. Now, what I've got here is I've got a pipe with an autarkic gate on top set to pulse energy pulser when there's no redstone signal, so it, in a very compact section, just sucks up the liquid from this and transfers the seed oil into this. Furthermore, I've got all of my golems outside. They're working on my my pumpkin production there. Did I lose a door? Alright, that's just annoying. Let me build something real quick here. I got plenty of iron at the moment. Let's get ourselves an iron door. How rude. How rude. Here we go. Plop. Let's see here. Okay, back to what I was doing there. Oh, one quick aside. I forget to mention this. These are facades, however you pronounce it there. These are covering up the applied energetic stuff. You can use a wrench and manually change the. Well, here, let me show you. Probably make more sense if I do it this way. So let's pull up my wrench. Ta-da. The priority. The higher the priority, the more likely the item is going to go through in that. So when I've set to priority 2, it has higher priority over priority 1 there. These are all currently set to priority 2, and I've got them set there, so they are the default. It seems like the bigger barrels have a higher default priority than the lower barrels, but the basic storage units. But at the same time, the normal barrels have a lower priority than the storage units. It might have something to do with the amount of storage in one area there. I went in and changed this around here. Because I realized you don't really need to have both of these for the defragger there. That's good enough as it is. What am we doing here? Alright, anyhow. Let's see here. So we'll build on more of this later point there. I've got my golems out here, and they're just going crazy picking my pumpkins out there. Pumpkins seem to be a pretty consistent source of seeds for seed oil. Right now, I don't need a whole lot of seed oil, but I've got enough pumpkin farms and enough golems out here that it's working okay for me so far. Apparently, if you have a massive number of golems running around, it can cause massive amounts of lag, so keep that in consideration. Yeah, just saying there. I don't remember if I showed this off. This is the ME interface there. This allows us to interface with this block here, which is the furnace. And the way this works is we can craft... Here, let me show you how this works. So, you can craft a pattern to occur. So we need some sand and some glass. There we go. And by the way, if you mess up a pattern, shift right click, clears it off. So this is the way this works. You put in this here, you put in the output here, and you put it in a pattern. You hit encode. Now, what this tells us, when you go over here to this block, it tells it if you export item A into here, the product, when it finishes that and goes back into the network, will give us product B. So, sand into glass. So, I've got this set up with an automatic liquid transposer to keep these things down here filled. It just plugs stuff in here. I'm cooking away some Xycorium. So the Xycorium, we now have the first in the machines update for Xycraft, which is really, really cool. So you can now turn your Xycorium into Xycorium ingots, which you can turn into things like the dark engineering bricks and stuff like that. We're going to work with the valves and stuff here a little bit later. Alright, bunch of bees. I've got, this is from the nether. I've also went out and I've got my ender bees from the end after killing the ender dragon, which apparently they need the dragon egg to be able to spawn, and they can get you producing, basically making ender pearls. Alright, so what was I saying? Oh, so I've got a, here, let's just break this. I'll show you here. Let me through. There we go. I've got two... Yeah. So I've got two of these set up here, and what this is doing, this is exporting pumpkin seeds into the squeezer. It just straight out exports them. And then this is pulling impregnated sticks, plus whatever else I decide to set up in here, it pulls it right out of this slot here. Keep that in mind, it doesn't pull out of here, but it pulls out of this slot, the production slot. So this keeps that going, and Let me show you one more thing before we jump out to the other bee area, and I'll show you what I've got going on there. What I'm going to do with bees is I'm just going to be doing a little bit behind the scenes every now and then, and I'll show you what I've come up to periodically, because, you know, it's going into a lot of in-depth there. There's a lot of other people out there that are better explaining that than I am. I do recommend checking out Florstar's video series there. Is excellent for teaching you about the basics of bees there. Now, this is my converter. This is an auto crafting table. This has an exporter over here, export pumpkins, and this has a pumpkin and it imports pumpkin seeds. So when I flip the lever, this turns pumpkins into pumpkin seeds. So, for example, there we go. Seeds are increasing. Cool. So we just let this grind away, and this will just continuously turn the pumpkins into pumpkin seeds there. We don't really need a lot of seeds and seed oil at the moment, so for the time being, we're in good shape. Let's see here. I've got my full set of 9 of these at the moment there. So, yep. We're good on that end, although that sucks up a lot of juice. So I had to reconnect this to our network upstairs to get it another power source, because that eats up a lot of Minecraft joules. And then let's go ahead and let me show you the build site. Now the build site is a plains area that I found. Whoa. It's like a creeper there for a moment. Oh, actually we'll get to that in a moment. I went ahead and got myself a Axe of the Stream, which is the Thaumcraft Super Axe basically. And you know what? This thing is incredible. When you right click to chop down a tree, it will start chopping it down from the top. Now, on my first enchant of 30, this is what I got. This is incredible. Efficiency and repair. And also, check this out. So, we have lots of trees. I've planted them just staggering right next to each other. And when they are so close to one another, the interlinking, the axe actually sees that and just starts chopping them all down at the same time. So you'll notice I got a whole bunch of trees chopped down at the same time using just that. Same thing here. We're just chopping down one tree, and it is chopping down multiples for us. Just like that. So simple. I do need to set up a tree farm later. I think I'm going to use Steve Carts for that, because Steve Carts seems pretty interesting. I want to learn some more about that. Let's get some more of this chopped down. There we go. And this is cool. It just sort of sucks it all right next to you there. Is that all of them? That's all of them. Alright. I think this is a pretty interesting design for my factory area here. Glass half slabs at top, which are see-through sufficiently for all the bees, and wood top, and I think this looks cool. Spent a lot of time building it, or at least a little bit of time building it, and then found that I couldn't use it for most of the basic bees that we need to work with. So I've got a makeshift little hovel here at our build site. So this is the secondary area. Like I said, it's a plains area as such, and I went and built this out of rubber trees from the jungle, plus great wood planks, since I had a bunch of all of these there. And ta-da! Now most of this is half slabs. I've got some things here that I'm using to store these. I've also got a in the center here a chunk loader to keep everything loaded. So let's go ahead and load these guys in real quick. Tropical drones, there we go. At the moment, again, I'm just purebred these things here. Ow! That's right. The jungle bees sting. Apparently these marble drones don't stack one another. Ow. Right, let's go ahead and throw them in the unsorted chest here. Ow. 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 Quit it. Don't have any milk. Now, last time I almost died here. You know what? I'm eventually gonna use these. Give myself a level 5 spawner for this there, because I think I want to make myself a gold generator, which is pretty simple. Oh, speaking of spawners, I've got a tier 5 blaze spawner. Took me a while. I've also got myself a tier 5 cow spawner, so no more cows. I was working on a chicken spawner, and all my chickens killed themselves. I don't know how, but they killed themselves, so I went ahead and I just took all of this area out here, and we've got an empty space we can use for something else down the road. Actually, you know what? Let's use this empty space for something else. You know what? I think that's a good idea. So let's go ahead and get this built here. Let's go ahead and turn this into a few tanks. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this then. So we're going to build it right adjacent, so let's just cut this straight back here. Alright. Now, the Xycraft multi-block tanks are very cool. They use valves. So this is the way a valve is designed. First, you need 4 engineering bricks. Can be engineering bricks of any color, plus iron bars and a bucket. The engineering brick is stone bricks, redstone, and a color of Xycondrite that has been smelted. So, for instance, the Xycorium, when you put in a smelter, turns into Xycondrite. Straight up, real simple. I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it there. You don't need to do anything special to get it cooking. You just throw it in the furnace and it cooks. So in this case, I cooked a stack of each up, and I've got plenty of everything there. When you combine, so you get 4 of the engineering bricks and all that, and then you get that. You know, and the engineering brick, let's see here. Let's pull up some Xycraft bricks here. So we have Xycorium water, and I think I need to get... Do I need to get... I was thinking, do I need to get another texture pack, but I don't think it'll be necessary quite yet. So Xycorium water, I encourage everyone to check out Direwolf20's spotlight of the Xycraft and his ongoing multiplayer series where they've been playing around with the Xycraft there. Xycorium water acts like a water source block that pretty much anywhere. Xycorium soil acts like tilled soil, and they can stack on one another, and the more that are on one top of another, the more that it is able to plant stuff and enhance their growth, so that's great. Ice just freezes there. Let me see here. That's the only ones that I can think of. Let's see here. Alright, so let's say Xycorium, dark Xyc. So we got the bricks. That. Lots of bricks. Structures. Those are all basically the same. Lights. Maybe a missing texture pack or something, but that shouldn't be a problem. Engineering brick. Alright. Which I happen to think the engineering brick looks pretty cool. Let's make a blue engineering here. So, this is going to be like this. And we got some bricks. Like so. Redstone. Let's see what this looks like. Hey, I actually think that looks pretty cool. Let's just make a bunch of that. And then let's do the red. See what these look like. Let's do the white also. See what the white looks like. I did notice a slight bug. I don't know if anyone else has noticed it anywhere. Check this out. I can keep chowing down on corn, even if I'm not hungry. I don't know if that actually gives you any extra sustenance, but it is what it is. So let's throw that there. Why am I keep swapping there? So, blue. Red. Red looks cool. And white. Alright. I think I want to do some things with the red blocks. There we go. I think we'll just build our entire thing out of this here. So we got 4 valves. We also got glass viewers. Now glass viewers are just like glass, but if you're not using a mod that gives you connected textures, this does give you connected textures. So for example, like that, connected textures as part of the block itself. So, and it definitely seems like it's a lot harder than glass is. So, red engineering blocks, valves, and that. Alright. Now, we're also going to get a couple of liquid Teseracts. So, for this, we need 2 Tesseract frames. There we go. And we need to get ourselves some... Let's see, ender. So we need some, make ourselves some ender. Let's see here. There we go. 5 should be enough. And we got our stone here, minimum stone. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is good. Let's go throw this in the grindy, melty thing here. Like the technical terms. Alright, where are you at? Ah, there he is. Die spider. Alright, let's go ahead and reset today. You all see my, this over here? This has my precious stuff in there. Platinum, sheldonite, and iridium. I'm gonna go, this is explosion proof and it's really hard to get rid of, so this is kind of where I'm storing the most valuable stuff that I can think of there, because it is extremely difficult to get iridium, especially when working with all the GregTech stuff here. You need a lot of it. Alright, so Tesseract. So let's throw these in here. This is already cranked away. And I think we need some more eyes. Let's make a pattern, actually. There we go. Let's see here. No, actually a pattern will not work because the minimum stone value changes. Actually, will it work? Actually, it might work here. Let's try it. Let's try it. Iron. One, 2, 3, 4. Minimum stone. Encode. Inner pearl. Minimum stone. Alright, so let's give this a try and let's see if this can make us some ender pearls. I went ahead and put, I am loving this thing. I'm going to have to expand this at some point to get more patterns, because, you know, let's see here. Ender. Will this work? No, it is oh, wait a minute. Yep, there, it worked just fine. Excellent. Alright, so let's go throw these in here. Plop. Alright, so we've got our item, our unattuned Teseracts. Now, we need copper, silver, tin, pneumatic servos. So I've got some servo. We need 2 of these. Alright. So 10 at the bottom. These things here. Copper there. And silver like that gives us liquid Teseracts. Alright, these are going to let us pump directly from, we're going to pump it from the nether right into our Tesseract there, right into our tank. So let's make this real big. Alright. So now you can make the tank out of any solid mass. Any solid bricks, you can't use dirt, stone, gravel, what have you, but anything solid should work. And let's see here. Let's go and throw another couple of stacks of the red in here, because we may end up cutting through it. Aha. Let's go up here. There we go. Throw that up top. Pull the green out, because we don't care about green. We want red. Red, I tell you. Let's go and pull these dark ones as well. Let's just grab the whole lot of them. Alright. So, let's go ahead and build the base out of dark engineering bricks. So let's do, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see here. We need one good central. This is a good size. Alright, get rid of that. Actually, let's see if this is a good size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's expand it one out, so like this. 11, so you should be able to go 6 in and cut the center out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's throw a valve there. That's good. Right. And blue. Blue is... it looks okay. 1, 2, 3... Let's see here. Even if you can't see the inside very well, this does need to look good. Alright. Let's get some more blue. Yeah, let's just do black around the bottom edges with blue here. And let's see here, where is the dark? There's the dark. That should be a big enough tank, doesn't everyone think? And should we recess this? You know what? Nah, let's not worry about recessing it. It's going to be big regardless of whether or not we happen to set this in the ground. And I don't want to dig all the way down. I want this to stand out and look massive. Let's go and bring this over a little bit. So where are the blue, blue, dark? So there's that. How does that look? Let's bring this over 1. There we go. I think it looks pretty cool. Alright, next let's build up the corners using dark bricks. So we got 4 corners. Do 4 each. So this should stick up a little bit, but not a whole lot. Alright, that looks good. Let's go ahead and do this. So 2, 3, valve. And let's just do 3x3 sections here. I think that should be okay. And then let's use some of the red for filling in. Because red looks cool. Aesthetics are everything, as everyone knows. So this will give us a good shot of this. We need some more glass or glass viewers. So this is the way we do this. Glass. Let's make you know what? Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go out to our little glass acquisition area here. So we're getting towards the end of the episode here, so not a whole lot has happened, but I do want to get this little thing set up in the nether. We're basically going to pump directly out of the nether. Whoops. Glass. We're going to pump directly out of the nether and into our tank. So, and then we can get rid of our... We can go just right for the... there's these things here. Right for the engines, and don't worry about converting redstone, because while it is... You do get a net increase in power for converting redstone. We can probably just save that by just avoiding that completely and going right for just pump the lava right out of nether and right into the overworld. If y'all haven't guessed, this is my little section for using the wrath igniter so that there's no chance of it igniting on the mainland. It's the last thing that I want. That's a couple of stacks. That should be okay. And away we go. Ow. So, 1, 2, 3. Because I'm not playing with connected textures because I don't like a lot of the connected textures for the base glass, but I think this looks okay, and you know what, why not? Alright, so we've got all of that. Let's make some more red. So bricks. Plenty of that. Xycorium. Couple of stacks. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and sleep real quick. Reset back to daytime. Alright, so we don't have a lot of dark. So let's just plow ahead with these. We're going to put most of the viewers on top. Actually, we might put some on the bottom so you can see from the bottom. That actually might look cool. Actually, let's put a couple of viewers here in in this area. So, one... That should be okay. Actually, should we raise this up one? Yeah, let's raise this up one more. Oh, come on! It was suggested to me that I put half slabs everywhere, but you know what? This is a lot of area half slab, because these are coming over from the swamp over into the savanna area. And I don't really want to half slab everything. It's a lot of half slabbing. Alright, yeah, that should be okay. I'll look into getting some, whoops. Alright, red engineering blocks. Getting another texture pack later, see if someone has gotten a fax update on this. Alright. And... we're almost done with the tank. And then let's fill in a bunch of these viewers. This should hold a absolute massive amount of lava. And let's just hope that it all works okay, and that I didn't build it too big. I don't think I built it too big. And I don't know how this compares to the Xycraft tanks. I don't think it holds as much, but it is a whole lot cheaper to craft. As you notice, we're using any solid blocks. It doesn't have to be specific steel plates or... No, you all get the idea. Alright. And... Alright, so that'll be the center. Let's put a couple more valves in. So we got a valve here, a valve at the bottom, a valve over there, and... Alright, let's do this. We'll put a valve here. And right-click, and we have a tank! Actually, looks pretty cool. And it holds 4,000 buckets. That is massive. Alright. That's gonna be a lot of lava. A lot of lava. Alright, let's dig down. Alright. And let's go ahead and do one liquid Tesseract. Now, I have luck with placing these direct. So this is going to be receive only. Alright, this will be the lava transport node number 1. Save frequency. Alright. And let's go and run to the nether here. And we're just simply going to do something similar here. This is send only. And let's go back and let's see if we're getting lava now. Whoa, lots of lag. And is this working? No. I think I might need some pipes. Alright, I'm going to cut the recording here. I'll be back in just a minute once I figure out how to get this working. Alright, and I'm back, and oh, check this out. We now have lava pumping directly out of the nether through a liquid tesseract into this. Isn't this awesome looking? Now, there seems to be a few graphical glitches. I've got no idea what's causing this. I'll have to investigate that a little bit here. Although I'm willing to deal with a few graphical glitches to get an awesome tank like this there. This is just cool. And then what we're going to do is, I'll probably just do it off camera because it'll be real simple. Yep, there we go. Lava is just pumping non-stop into here. Oh, that is awesome. We're going to empty the nether, people. That is our goal. We're going to empty the nether. We're just going to fill it up, fill the lava. We're just going to bring it here to the overworld. Let's see here. Maybe I should have used something other than engineering bricks, although they do look pretty cool. Anyhow. So, I'm going to go ahead and set this up so we will be pumping out of this. Actually, let's move the item tesseract where... over here. Oops. By the way, when you break this, check this out here. Vanishes, right? The data is saved in the... Where's the blue at? In the valve. So, we place that back. Valve. Solve our lava. So, the valve saves the data. So long as the valve is good, then we should be good. Let's see here. What was I going to do? Let's just put a valve right here. Let's see here. Do we have another red engineering brick? We do. And item tesseract. Liquid tesseract. Well, anyhow, you all get the idea. That. Receive only. Check. Valve. Right click. Lava still there. Cobblestone. Put it too far away. You can tell that I'm doing real well here. Lava's now flowing again. And then we can cover this up. And we're going to use the bottom valve to feed into our network over here. And I still have no idea why this is going on. I'll investigate that later. But... there we go. So we'll be able to replace all of these, just convert. Don't have to worry about our supply of netherrack, which I've got to keep going for. And then we should be in real good shape. Also work on some liquid X later. But I think that should be good enough for a time. You know, this thing is driving me out of my mind. I've got to kill this thing here. Oh, come on. Die, slime, die. Just stop hopping. Just stop it. Stop. Anyhow, thank everyone for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, like is always appreciated, and I hope to see you on the next video. So, have a great day, everyone. Bye.